It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, it was homecoming night Friday night at JC Stadium. And here's the rundown of the Queen and her court announced Friday night at JC Stadium. This year's homecoming queen is Ava Edenfield. She was escorted by Elliott Wilson. First runner-up is Maddie Joy Blizzard. She was escorted by Grayson Spell. Second runner-up, Ayla Robertson, escorted by Richard Pittman. And third runner-up is Reese Dean, escorted by Carson Shaver. Little drama Friday as the power went out for about 5 minutes after the announcement of the third runner-up. But fortunately, the power came back on. The rest of the court and the football game was able to continue. County commissioners met this past Thursday and Friday. Friday was a morning work session that lasted several hours, covering a variety of topics. One of those is an election building, as the county is looking to build a metal building which will be used for the purpose of early voting. The building will be connected to where the tag office is currently located. The proposal is a 40 by 100 foot metal building in the neighborhood of $150,000 to $200,000 to be paid with ARP funds, the American Rescue Plan funds. County says they've had numerous requests to have a building that people know where it is and it's convenient to vote. They stated the courthouse is not feasible with all the court systems taking place in the current Hall Richardson building. They state it's going to house the soup kitchen and a place for the elderly to gather. Once again, that's the county's plan to build a new building for early voting in Wayne County. Second topic discussed, once again, the paper ballots, as Jamie Hickok says that voters have no confidence in this voting system. But this discussion lasted over an hour, and the bottom line is that the current county commissioner board has no authority to change the voting system. The state of Georgia has laws, and state law requires that 159 counties use the same voting system, and that's using machines. Here was County Attorney Andy Beaver discussing the issue at Friday's work session.
What they fail to tell you, what they don't like to go on and tell you is, further down in that code section, it actually gives the definition of what impossible and practical is, basically, and it says a natural disaster. I mean, again, the whole...
Okay.
The whole issue seems to be we can pick and choose what we want certain words to mean and don't listen, don't look at the sources in the totality. And another example I'd like to point out is, based on the, if we're referring to the same U.S. District Court order that I've been made aware of over the past few days, the case did not revolve around were certain election statutes illegal. Based on my opinion, I haven't seen anything where the use of machines was challenged and successfully upheld in court, saying that the use of machines were illegal. The rhetoric or the opinions of a federal judge in a court order on a matter that's not really being contested, and inside that order opines and says, that paper ballots, which are marked with the letters choices of format, that is not giving us what's required by the state code, isn't a official court order that is overturning the use of machines in the state of Georgia. The other part of it, I feel like we intertwine the use of the words like Board of Commissioners and Board of Elections and registration. Again, from somebody on the outside looking in, it's easy to see how those words are intertwined and, seem to overlap. But in our world, we, again, talk about it from a context of a Board of Commissioners, I've not seen anything that says that you have any control over what the probate judge does. Okay, let me ask you this question. In the same context, let's put it on this level. If Judge Thornton or Judge Bennett as our state court judge or Judge Scarlett as one of our superior court judges makes an order, the Board of Commissioners funds those positions. They at least vote to what the budget for those positions will be. Do you have the ability to go in there and overturn a case ruling that they've done? Do you have the ability to overturn a decision on maybe a gun permit that's issued by Judge Thornton? Not being right. Now, again, he says that you have the same control over an elected probate judge that you would over a Board of Elections, and I'll agree with that statement, but I don't think we're carrying it through to the next part there, that you really don't have much control over the functions that they do other than the budget.
And once again, those comments of County Attorney Andy Beaver at the work session Friday. Commissioners wanted to make clear they're not questioning the integrity of the authority of the current probate judge, Tammy Thornton. They just said that their constituents have asked and requested paper ballots, but again, the state law is in place. It has a system for all 159 counties, and that's the use of the machines. Commissioners also met Thursday for the sole purpose of approving the overall county millage. We'll come back with that story after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. The county commissioners also met this past Thursday afternoon for the sole purpose of approving the countywide millage rate, so Tax Commissioner Denise Griffiths can submit the county tax digest to the state for approval and then be able to mail out the tax bills here in Wayne County. The county has to approve both the county millage and the school board millage. The county lowered their millage rate $1.50. Their rate is 13.423. School board raised taxes, their millage rate 15.939. Once again, the county has the obligation to approve the entire millage rate, but that didn't sit well with several commissioners who didn't like the fact that they had to rubber stamp the school board's millage increase. Both Kevin McCurry and Jamie Hickox appeared before the school board when they had their meetings to discuss their millage and asked the school board to reconsider, but to no avail. Here was comments Thursday from Commissioner Jamie Hickox.
Stood on my head since our last meeting to figure out a way for me to vote no on this. Turns out this is a procedural thing. You're voting to say that the school held their 3 meetings, and they did the procedure that had to be done. There is no way that we can vote no and send it back to the school board and say, go back to the drawing board. You have taxed these people to absolute death, and do the next right thing. The school board operated on a $59 million budget and would not hear. When we came to speak to the school board, they weren't even all there. They showed up for a video conference afterwards just so they didn't hear what people had to say about that. It is what it is. I'm extremely disappointed because this community supports their school. These kids need support. These parents who are trying to pay the electric bill, or trying to pay their taxes, trying to put groceries on there, could have used some support too. And I'm extremely disappointed that this had to happen. I'll vote yes, only because it's a procedural thing, but it makes me sick to my stomach to do it.
And again, those with comments Thursday, Commissioner Jamie Hickox, Chairman Kevin McCurry, and Mike Ward echo the same comments, disappointed that the school board did not lower their millage rate. Once again, the county had to approve both the millage rate for the county and the school board, and rubber stamped it. And again, the unanimous vote for the millage rate. Once again, it's now set to Atlanta for approval. Then the tax bills will be mailed out. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Couple final notes of news. The Wayne County Board of Education has a monthly board meeting set for tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Tech Center. Under resolution and recognitions, the Melba Bennett Murphy Community Service Award will be presented. Good as gold recognition, Jesup Elementary School will be recognized. Junior Beta Club recognitions and the GSBA Youth Advisory Council to be recognized. Under items of business, again, Martha Bucket Middle School pest control issue will be discussed. Again, they took care of that this past weekend. Capital Outlay Project update. Student trips and activities will be discussed. Also, Wayne County Board of Education will set their 2024 board meeting dates. There's a financial report, also an executive session for personnel, all that taking place Tuesday, 6 p.m. at the Tech Center. Wayne County Gardner for this week's annual State of Wayne County. The forum set for September 27th at Coastal Pines Technical College. A Wednesday morning breakfast will be served. Speakers include County Administrator Paul Andrade and the mayors of the county, and Mayor of Jesup, Ralph Hickox, Greg Grozier of Odom, and Jason Weaver of Scriven. Tickets are on sale this week at the Chamber of Commerce, $30 for members, $40 for non-members. Need ticket or to register, contact the Chamber of Commerce at 427-2028. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan's have a great day.